Night, Sato was putting his little brother in bed, and he tucked him in and said, "Good night, Mokuba." "Good night, Sato. I love you." "I love you too, Mokuba. Now sleep tight." "I love you." "I love you too, big brother. Good night." And Sato left, and he closed the door and blew Mokuba a kiss. "Mwah. Good night, Moki." And then he left the room, and Mokuba was fast asleep. But then, later that night, Mokuba woke up, and he wasn't feeling so good. He was feeling hot, and his forehead felt hot, and he was sweating everywhere. He said, "I can't sleep. But if I wake up Sato, he's gonna get angry," he thought. So he decided to fall asleep and not worry about it. But around 12 o'clock, he woke up again, and he felt his stomach hurting really bad. And he ran to the bathroom and started to throw up into the toilet. And Sato woke up to the sound of vomiting. He said, I wonder what that is." And he got up and walked to the bathroom. And when he saw that his own brother, his sweet, loving Mokuba, was throwing up in the bathroom toilet, he said, "Mokuba, are you all right?" "Sato, I don't feel so good." "Why didn't you tell me, Mokuba?" I just don't feel good." "Oh, Moki, don't worry. I'm here. I'll take care of you." And then he picked up Mokuba and said, "Mokuba, you're running a fever." "Running? Where is it running to?" "No, silly. That means your temperature's high." "Oh, hold on. I'll get you a thermometer, okay?" "Okay." And then Sato came back into the bathroom with a thermometer, and he placed it into Mokuba's mouth. And it turned out that Mokuba had a really high fever. It had 100.98. "Wow, Mokuba, you definitely have a fever." "Oh, I don't feel so good." "I know you don't, little brother, but don't worry, I'll take care of you." And then Sato started to fill up the tub, and he said, "Okay, Moki, since we're here already, let's give you a bath." "Okay." And Sato was giving Mokuba a bath, and then he got him dressed so they could go to the hospital. The reason he took him to the hospital was just to make sure that everything was all right. So when they arrived at the hospital, he checked his little brother in and said, "Okay, Moki, now we just have to wait until the doctor comes, okay?" "Okay." And then Sato was sitting with Mokuba while they were waiting in the waiting room, and Sato had Mokuba on his lap, rocking him back and forth. He said, "Don't worry, everything's going to be okay." And then the doctor called him in and said, "Mr. Kaiba, your little brother has appendicitis." "Appendicitis? Oh, my little Moki." And then Mokuba was in the operation room, and Sato was pacing the floor back and forth. And he was really worried, so he began to pray. He said, "Dear Lord, help my little brother that he'll feel better soon, and then we could go home and do a lot of fun things. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen." And then a few hours later, the doctor came out and said, "Mr. Kaiba, your little brother's in recovery and is in the recovery room, so you can go and see him." "Oh, thank God. Thank you." "You're welcome." And then Sato walked into the recovery room and saw his little brother falling asleep. And then Moki opened his eyes and said, "Sato, is that you?" "Oh, Moki. How are you feeling, little one?" "I feel better now." Oh, Moki, I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you. I'm sorry. It's alright, little bro. As long as you're safe, that's what matters to me. And the doctor came in and said, okay, you're all ready to go home now. But I highly recommend that he gets a good night's rest tonight when you get home, and make sure to give him this medicine just in case if his stomach starts to hurt. It might hurt a little bit, but if it doesn't hurt, that's fine. But make sure he gets a lot of fluids and a lot of rest. Okay, doctor. Come on, Moki. Coming, Sato. And then when Sato and Mokuba got home, Sato decided to give Mokuba some soup. He said, here you go, Moki, so that way you have something in your tummy. Thank you, Sato. You're welcome. Now I want you to take a nice nap. But I don't want to take a nap, Sato. I'm doing it because I love you, and I'm telling you this because I love you. Okay. And then Sato took a blanket and wrapped it around Moki, and he turned on the TV and said, here you go, Moki. You can watch TV while you take your nap. Thank you, Sato. Sato? Yes? Thank you for being there for me when I was in the hospital. Oh, you're welcome, Mokuba. You know I'll be there for you. I was always there when you were born. I remember when you were born, you had beautiful hair just like Mommy. And Mommy would let me hold you, and you would always grab my finger. Really? Was I really that small? Yup. But now you're growing up. But don't worry, you will always be my little baby boy. Really, Sato? Really. You will always be my little brother, no matter how big you get. Can I hold your finger like I used to when I was a baby? Of course you can, Moki. Here you go. Thank you. And then, a few hours later, Sato took out a photo album and said, look, Moki. Is that me? Yes. I'm so cute and tiny. Oh, I love you, my baby brother. I love you too. I feel better now, Sato. Sleep tight, Moki. I love you. I love you too. The end.